Welcome. In this podcast, we would like to tell you about social stories, a practical tool to make social situations or routines clear and predictable for every student. Whether you work with young children, students with special needs, immigrants, or you just have a diverse group, social stories can help to promote inclusion. In this podcast, you will discover what social stories are and how to use them. A social story is a simple story that describes a social situation and explains what you can do in that situation. The story describes a social interaction, a skill that someone needs to learn, or an abstract concept. It combines a structured text with photos, images, and pictograms. The story can hold quite some information: what people do, think, or feel, the sequence of an event, or important social signals and their meaning. It gives an answer to the questions what, who, where, when, how, and why. By the way, did you know that social stories is a registered trademark in America? Carol Gray, the creator, developed a method that consists of 10 steps with added guidelines on how to write a social story. The main goal of social stories is to make sure that people understand their social environment better. They provide clarity, predictability, and safety. Imagine, your best friend marries someone from a different culture. You are invited to a party in a foreign country. You want to make a good impression, but you don't know the customs. What do you wear? How do you greet people? How does the party go? What is expected of you? You end up in a social situation that causes quite a bit of stress. Wouldn't it be nice if someone told you in advance how the party would go? That is exactly what a social story tries to do. Make clear what you can expect in a situation that is unfamiliar to you. A social story not only increases understanding, but can also reduce stress and anxiety. Imagine a child going to the dentist for the first time. It has already heard from other children that it is not a fun place. Then it can help to know and see what the dentist looks like, what the dentist will do, and what is expected of you. Originally, social stories were developed for people with autism. Most people learn to understand their environment by looking at others. This way, they learn to assess a social situation. For people with autism, this intuitive way of learning is more difficult. There are many unwritten rules, which they do not pick up on so easily. It can help to explicitly clarify situations and matching expectations via a social story. It can also provide the reader with insight into other people's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Are social stories only useful for people with autism? Of course not. A social story can be good for everyone. Hospitals are increasingly using a social story to prepare their patients, young and old, for a procedure. Social stories can also be valuable for foreign newcomers because they provide them with insight into the unwritten rules of a new culture. Do you give 1, 2, or 3 kisses when you greet someone? Or do you just shake hands? In a school environment, social stories are a useful tool for students who find themselves in a new situation or need to learn a new skill. A social story can tell you about what will happen during a school outing, but also what you can do if someone is annoying to you. They can also help to correct inappropriate behavior because they explicitly describe social skills, such as what you do when you are angry. If a student has a hard time understanding the thoughts and feelings of others, a social story is a great way to offer more insight. Social stories are more than a tool for students with a label. They are stories that provide clarity, predictability, and peace of mind for everyone. Do you want to get started with writing a story right away? Check out our website, accessibleschools.eu, for inspiration and a guide to writing your own social story. Thanks for listening, and good luck building an inclusive classroom.